Hello there, it's Darren here again in Cramerton, Northumberland. Talking about compost. You would think I actually like compost, but it's one of them things that we all need for potting on. Maybe mulching on top of the beds, whatever you use it for. Me, I like this whole process that I do because obviously it gives us free compost, and this is the first year that I've actually had free compost. I haven't had to buy any. I worked out I probably save on a good day about 50 litres a day, maybe more sometimes, especially if I've got loads of repotting to do. 3/4 of the compost that's here, and about a quarter from the chicken floor. Obviously in the chicken coop it's not like obviously full of the feces from the chickens and the urine and different things. It's been down, I put wood chips down there a couple of years ago, and the chickens have been there over a year. So obviously they've been digging the ground, chopping whatever's in there, just clawing at it. Basically in a way like a compost pile, and they've just been turning it for us. I just go in there, like I say, there's 3/4 of this compost and a quarter of the stuff from the chicken floor. I used to be taking the stuff out the chicken coop and putting it straight in the compost, but then I thought, well, why don't I just drag it out and just leave it there, let it dry out, and just start serving it bit by bit. So it gives the compost a nice light feel to it. Probably good for the roots, makes it lighter for the roots to get through and all. It's not too thick, not too claggy. Anyway, let's talk about the compost anyway, right? So I've got this sieve that I use. I've had this for years. I can't remember where I got it from. Anyway, this is mainly if I've got a compost pile which has been basically all the stuff from the garden, which I just chuck on. I've said that in previous videos. I don't pick everything out. I haven't got the time. I basically, if I'm digging a new spot in the garden and it's, I've had the grass and weeds and glass, everything just goes on the pile, and I worry about that later. So I use this. I give it a light sieve with this. Collect all the rubbish and obviously get rid of that. And then when I want some finer stuff, which the plants seem to enjoy, I basically just use this one. Obviously the one that I got made years ago. And any excess, as you can see, it's smaller bits, gets chucked into here. And it's basically just the whole process, and basically on a daily thing, I'm nearly bringing up like a good load of like scraps, tea bags, a whole lot. I know the tea bags are not exactly biodegradable, like paper and all that, and a bit plastic, but basically if I had all the time in the world, I would let them dry, open up and put them in a container and bring it up, but I haven't. I just chuck it all in, and I just process it as I've got time. And basically every day it just goes in like that, like that, exactly like that. So, nothing to it. And then it's basically, there you go, on top, and it gets covered. And that's what I do. And as easy as that, basically. So hopefully you'll try a bit more composting. There's nothing hard about composting. It is an easy process. It's just time more than anything, to not exactly get it right, but just get it how you want it. I know every plant has every different sort of soil that you need, but I don't worry about that at all. There's no point of worrying, like, have I got the right soil for the right plant? You know yourself, as soon as you start making your own compost and you put a plant in it and it doesn't seem to be doing okay, you realise that maybe there's something wrong with it. Hopefully my compost has got enough stuff in it for the plant to get away. Anyway, most seedlings don't really like rich compost. They're like, just an average compost really. And once I put them on, if you've seen any videos that I've done, in the little modulars, and then the coffee cups, and then the pint glass size cups, and to me that's when it's ready to plant out. And when they do get planted out, I just feed them a nettle fertiliser, and I don't do 10 part, 1 pot, blah blah blah. Basically I just get my water butt and just put a handful in there, and to me it seems to work alright. I'm sure I would know if I was like overdoing it for the plants. You would see the damage or whatever. And then what I read was that nettles is mainly for growth and comfrey is mainly for flowers. So hopefully this year I'm going to try it. I'm going to obviously feed the plants, because normally I would just get the hose out and feed them, but I'm going to try to individually water them with the nettle fertiliser and then obviously the comfrey, which is meant to be 1 part comfrey, 10 parts water. But once again I just get the water butt and just shove some in there. And like I say, it's never seemed to damage the plants, and they seem to be doing okay. So hopefully my little rattle on about the compost gets you doing it, gets you trying it, you know what I mean? So don't worry about it. If you don't get instant compost, it's not the end of the world. Just try. Okay, see you later. Bye from me.